Welcome to Fun with Fractions, Lesson 9-1. Now, the first thing you have to understand that a fraction has two parts, a top part and a bottom part. The top part is called the numerator. So let's do something, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our arms like this and your head right there. Your head is at the numerator. You see that? Do that with me. Go numerator, numerator. Okay, the bottom part where your trunk is, that's your denominator. See that? Denominator. So numerator, denominator. Everyone say numerator. Everybody say denominator. Okay? So numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. Okay. So we have on lesson 9-1, you have a lot of fractions there. And they're giving you the names. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the first three fractions, and the rest of them you can take a look and see how they are called afterwards. And you have a lesson. So let's go ahead and do the first one. The first one has got two parts. Alright? So the bottom of this fraction is going to be the denominator, as we said, right? Right, ladies and gentlemen? Denominator, bottom part. So how many is in the denominator? Did I hear 2? Yes, I did, 2. So we're going to put the number 2 right there because there are two parts of the denominator. Now, the question is, what if I shade one of these parts? There we go. So, what is that? Well, I'd have to say, I have to put a 1 here because 1 is only shaded. So the numerator is going to be the 1. The denominator, the bottom number, there 2. 1 over 2. Or what we would call a half. Also, they call that, we could say that's a half. Do we understand that, ladies and gentlemen? That's a half. Alright? Now, but Mr. Blackledge, what if I have a whole piece? And this is a whole right here. You see how this is right here? A whole piece. Is this a whole piece here? Yeah, it is. So what if our whole piece has 3 parts to it? Good question, ladies and gentlemen. I really like those questions. So, first thing I'd ask you is, and I want you to think about that. Think about that. If you have someone to talk to, talk to them. What would be the denominator be? What would the denominator be? That's right. It would be 3, because how many parts do we have? 1, a 2, a 3. Very good. So I have 3. Okay? Now, if it is 3, what do we call that? Do we call it a half? No. We call them thirds. Okay, so I'm going to write that word out. Thirds. Because we have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Thirds. It's broken into 3 parts. Okay? So, my question to you is, if I shade this right here, what's that fraction going to be? What's it going to look like? Think about it. What's it going to look like? How about 1 over 3? Or we would say 1 third. See, that's 1/3. Do you see that, folks? 1/3. That's what we call that fraction. 1/3. All right, good. So we know that. So now I'm going to go ahead and erase this part here and this part here, because I know what some of you guys are thinking. Well, what if I decide to say all of it, or 2 of them are shading? So how many do I have? That's right, 2 over 3. Or you could say 2/3. Okay? Do we see that? 2/3, guys. 2/3. Do we understand that? Very good. So it's 2 over 3. Now I know some of my really smart guys and gals would say, but what if I have them all shaded? What if I have them all done? Good question, guys. That is no longer a fraction. It becomes, did you do the whole thing here? Is all the pieces done? Yes, it is. So then we would call this, get rid of all this, and I would say 1 whole. No more as a fraction, it's 1 whole. It's everything, 1 whole. Okay, do we understand that, ladies and gentlemen? I hope so. Okay, so let's go to box, the last box here. How many pieces do I have of this whole? This is a whole here. How many pieces do I have? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my question is, what's the denominator going to be? If I have 4 pieces, what's it going to be? Did I hear right that someone said 4? That's right. The denominator is going to be a 4. Okay? Got it so far? Good. All right. Now, it is, okay, if I shaded one of these, then this is going to be 1 over 4 or 1/4. Okay, and that's in your worksheet too, but now you're starting to see something here. That's 1/4. Okay? You see that? All right, Mr. Blackledge. But what if I decided to shade 2 out of the 4? Good question. Great question. So let me do that. Boom. So, it's 2 out of 4 or 2/4. Okay? But also, guess what? It's also known as 1/2. 1/2? How can that be? I don't get it. Well, let's take a look. This is a half. Why is that a half? I don't get that, Mr. Blackledge. Is this half here? Right here at the top? Yeah, it's a half. Have I shaded half of that? Yes, I have. So now I have a half here, a half here. Same thing, right? It's the same thing, playing with fractions. So that's a half, that's a half. So this is either 2/4 or a half. All right? Kind of interesting on how that works. All right. Mr. Blackledge, what if I decide to shade a 3rd piece? Good question. So I'm looking at that. What do you think? What do you think? What's it going to be? You're right. Absolutely. It's going to be 3 over 4. Or, we're going to call that 3/4. 3/4. There it is, right there. 3/4. 3 out of 4, 3/4. Okay? And then, of course, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, what if we just shade them all? Just throw a bunch of stuff on it and it's all filled in. Good. Well, if you remember what we did with this, what was this called? It's called a hole. What do you think this is going to be? That's right, boys and girls. It's 1 whole. So this is my fun with fractions. Hopefully this helps you. 9-1 has more on what the names of the fractions are, and I think that you can get that. If not, dojo me, and I'll get back with you and help you on out. Or go back after over this video, and we will help you. That's it. Bye-bye.